Again, lots of talk about a recession, and you may or may not be aware that the yield curve has inverted. If you're not sure what that is, then go ahead and take some time to look it up. But over the past 50 years, when a yield curve inverts, it's one of the most consistent indicators of a recession. That, coupled with an 800-point drop in the stock market back in August and it bouncing back and forth ever since, has produced lots of talk of a recession happening sooner than we expected. But what does that mean for the U.S. housing market? Hi, I'm Denise Hunton, broker associate with Exit Real Estate Gallery. Interestingly enough, homeowners in the U.S. have over $6.3 billion in equity in their homes, and only 4.1% of homeowners have negative equity. Back in 2010, the percentage of homeowners that had negative equity was 25.3%. It's important to look at these factors when thinking about a recession and how it relates to the housing market. With $6.3 billion in equity, homeowners aren't looking to bail out. Also, according to the Urban Institute, over 37% of homes have no mortgage. Prior to the crash, people were using their homes as ATM machines. They were taking home equity lines out to get cars and boats. Now they're investing back in their homes, which is why 37% of homes are mortgage-free and we have over $6.3 billion in equity. So let's see what CoreLogic reports as they break down their anticipated increase of appreciation. As you can see by the graph, all states with the exception of Texas are seeing an increase of appreciation. According to Home Price Expectation Survey, analysts are saying we're going to continue to see appreciation over the next 2 to 4 years, depending on how far in advance the organization makes their predictions. I feel it's important to talk about this because there's still a lot of fear out there due to the last recession and the coinciding housing market crash. But we can't let that fear take control of our thoughts and emotions and dictate what we should or shouldn't be doing now in this current market. It's important to know the difference between that recession and a possible recession now. Jeff Tucker, Zillow's economist, states, "The housing crash during the Great Recession left a lasting impression. But as we look ahead to the next recession, it's important to recognize how unusual the conditions were that caused the last one and what's different about the housing market today. Rather than an abundance of homes, we have a shortage of new home supply. Rather than risky borrowers taking on adjustable rate mortgages, we have buyers with sterling credit scores taking out predictable 30-year fixed rate mortgages. The housing market is simply much less risky than it was 15 years ago." It's important to know the facts. Many times the media is not telling us everything. They like to get the negative headlines out there and get us all hyped up. But the fact of the matter is we're in different times with completely different circumstances. Economic indicators, as well as the ease of getting a loan and the types of loans that were available prior to the crash, are completely different now. We should be basing our decisions based on this housing market, not on the fear of the last recession and the last housing crash. I hope this information was helpful. If you have any questions about this subject matter or have any other real estate questions or needs, please feel free to reach out to me, Denise Hunton with Exit Real Estate Gallery, where the focus is on building relationships, one home at a time.